Okay, this is Mickalene. Mickalene is modeling a gown from Bella Couture. Okay, and this is a really fabulous dress. Not something that you would think of to have on your wedding dress, but black. How gorgeous is this? Beautiful. Okay, and underneath, when you're walking, you don't see it, but we have gorgeous red wedding shoes to go on underneath your dress. Wow! Okay? Okay, and you can wear little red underwear to match, all right? So at the end of the night, when the dress comes off, what do you have left? Little red underwear and bright, gorgeous red shoes, and who is gonna love that? I'm not saying anything else. Okay, so hang on. We're going to accessorize Mickalene with some other stuff that's kind of fun. Some of it's traditional, some of it's not. One of the things that I am really big on lately is flowers in your hair. I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and it doesn't have to be for your ceremony, okay? Have your florist pick out a really beautiful flower for you, and one really big, bold flower is very cool. So what you can do is you wear your veil for the church, for the ceremony. You want to be like, you know, all nice and wedding-y for that. But then we're going to pop in a gorgeous, and hopefully I don't stick her in her head. Well, I'm not a hairdresser, so I can't help you out with the hairdressing thing, but here. Okay, how pretty is that? For the reception. So somehow work it into your hairdo. I mean, look at how beautiful. How gorgeous does that look? You know how pretty that's gonna look in a picture? Seriously, one flower, bam. You just added color, you've added fun, it's vibrant. You took your veil off. A lot of times girls don't like wearing their veil through the entire night. Maybe it's very, you know, full and kind of in your face, and people are hugging you, and every time somebody hugs you, you're like this, you know, and by the reception, you just want to kill everybody because you have whiplash from the from the whole veil thing going on. So you know what? Instead, pow, beautiful flower, you know, to really kick it up. Maybe some colored shoes, okay? That's one of my suggestions. Where did I get this from? In here. I really want this in your hair, though. I'm going to stick it in your head. Oh, you know what? We'll put it behind your ear. Hee hee. Hold on. We're going to accessorize Mickalene up, so she's just going to be so gorgeous beyond what she already is. And if I hurt you, don't say anything. There we go. Okay. Look it. La, la, la. See how pretty she looks? Okay. So now, something very fun that people are starting to do is actually go with some colored accessories. Okay, so instead of just having the all white thing, and again, ooh, 2 more bobby pins, thank you. I think that's in pretty good for now. Again, now this doesn't have to be for the church. And I know, you know, you already spent so much money, but you know what? What's a little bit more, you know? Okay, now this is something that was very old-fashioned but is really starting to come back, and that is fun gloves. It's really fun in photos. And there's all different, you know, glove lengths and stuff, but look at her. Look at her. How gorgeous does she look, right? And these are fun. You don't have to wear them all night. Maybe just for some fun pictures, maybe just in the church, you know, whatever. But I mean, you can just, you know, your wedding day, yes, like I said, you know, you want to be pure, but not a lot of people look good in white. Not a lot of people have the coloring for stark white. You know, it's a little severe. So, you know, Mickalene is a beautiful pale girl, but you know what? Throw a beautiful pale girl. So you know what? You throw a little color into the mix, and now she's a beautiful, colorful pale girl, you know, right? Okay? So there's a lot of things that you can do with little accessories. And you know, and I always tell them, they put tiny little things on and, you know, which is fine if that's your style and you're not into the big stuff. But you know what? There's nothing more gorgeous than like, pow, big earring. There. Now look at this. Turn so they can all see. How beautiful is that? You don't need a necklace. You just have a stunning pair of earrings on. You know, your neck is simple because you have enough going on up here. You don't want to take away from, you know, your earrings with necklace and you don't need all that. So now you can keep it simple and the bright red shoes. Or hot pink, or you said you were getting married in the fall, like a gorgeous pair of like maybe gold shoes, or even if you could find a really pretty pair of orange shoes, like not like trashy orange, but you know, like a nice orange. Wear trashy orange on your wedding day. Okay, all right. So, I mean, and this dress, you know, obviously it has a little bit of the black on it. You know, it's either for you or it's not. But you can do the same accessorizing with if you had an all, you know, ivory dress or an all whatever. It would make the shoes and the earrings like pop even more. You know, you don't want to over accessorize to where people are like, ooh, you know, like you got so much going on. But there's nothing wrong with like a little fun color somewhere on you. And it doesn't have to be done until you get to the reception if you're not comfortable with not having that pure white, you know, look. Okay.